कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रजनरंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजनरंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीर्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। तो आज हम पढ़ रहे हैं श्रीमद् भागवतम स्कंद 2 अध्याय 7। अध्याय का शीर्षक है विशिष्ट कार्यों के लिए निर्धारित अवतार। आज हम चर्चा कर रहे हैं श्लोक संख्या 51। इदं भागवतं नाम यन्मे भागवतोदितं संग्रहोऽयं विभूतीनां त्वम् एतद् विपुलीकुरु इदं भागवतं नाम यन्मे भगवतोदितं संग्रहोऽयं विभूतीनां त्वम् एतद् विपुलीकुरु इदं भागवतं नाम यन्मे भगवतोदितं संग्रहोऽयं विभूतीनां त्वम् एतद् विपुलीकुरु Mataji. Yanme bhagavatoditam sangrahoyam vibhutinam So we'll have in English today Bhagavatam class. Okay. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Idam, this, Bhagavatam, the science of Godhead, Nama, of the name, Yat, that which, May, unto me, Bhagavata, by the personality of Godhead, Uditam, enlightened, Sangraha, is the accumulation of, Ayam, his, Vibhutinam, of the diverse potencies, Tvam, your good self, Etad, this science of Godhead, Vipuli, expand, Kuru, do it. Translation: O Narad, this science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam, was spoken to me in summary by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it was spoken as the accumulation of His diverse potencies. Please expand this science yourself. Purport: the Bhagavatam, in a nutshell, spoken by the Personality of Godhead, in about half a dozen verses, which will appear ahead, is the science of God, and it is the potent representation of the Personality of Godhead. He, being the Absolute, is non-different from the science of God. Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahmaji received this science of Godhead from the Lord directly, and he handed over the same to Narad, who in his turn ordered Sri Vasudev to expand it. So the transcendental knowledge of the Supreme Lord is not mental speculation by the mundane wranglers, but is uncontaminated, eternal, perfect knowledge beyond the jurisdictions of material modes. The Bhagavad Puran is therefore the direct incarnation of the Lord in the form of transcendental sound, and one should receive this transcendental knowledge from the bona fide representative of the Lord in the chain of disciplic succession from the Lord to Brahmaji, from Brahmaji to Narad, from Narad to Vyas, from Vyasdev to Shukdev Goswami, and from Shukdev Goswami to Suta Goswami. The ripened fruit of the Vedic tree drops from one hand to another without being broken by falling suddenly from a high branch down to earth. Therefore, unless one hears the science of Godhead from the bona fide representative of the disciplic succession, as above mentioned, for one to understand the theme of the science of Godhead will be a difficult job. It should never be heard from the professional Bhagavatam reciters who earn their livelihood by gratifying the senses of the audience. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauradushe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Nusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru Deenatarinam. Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Bhagwan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada की जय. हरे कृष्णा. तो आप सबका स्वागत है आज के श्रीमद् भागवतम की कक्षा में. तो मैं सोचा था आज ये भागवतम का गुणगान है तो हिंदी के जगह इंग्लिश में क्लास देता हूँ. तो क्योंकि प्रभुपाद ने इंग्लिश में लिखा था और स्पेशली वो उसको दोहराना थोड़ा मुश्किल जाएगा मुझे हिंदी में. सो आई विल ट्राई टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. So before I begin, so seeking the blessings of all Vaishnavas, so that whatever I am going to repeat, it will be in parampara, pleasing to the Lordship's Guru Parampara, and it will be pleasing to all of you and for my own purification. So this scheduled incarnations, we are seeing that how, especially today's verse, it is glorifying about the Srimad Bhagavatam, that Idam Bhagavatam Nama. Yes. So Brahmaji is telling to Narad Muni that this science of God, yes, Yanme Bhagavato Uditam, that Prabhupada writing here that Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken to me by the Supreme Personality Godhead, and it was spoken as an accumulation of diverse potency, especially that next verse, Sangraho Yam Vibhuti Nam. Yes. So it is the Vibhuti, that means like we can see, especially Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in while explaining about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, that he says that this different, like when Lord appears as fish in the fish incarnation, he is called as Kurma Avatar. So when he appears as a boar, he is called as Varaha Avatar. Sorry, Matsya avatar. When he comes as tortoise, he is called as Kurma avatar. When he comes as boar, he is called as Varaha avatar. So when Krishna appears as book, he is called Bhagavatam. So like that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So he is called as Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why it is Vibhuti Nam. So it's a Vibhuti. It's an personal energy of the Lord or personal incarnation of the Lord. So then it is said that how this Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada especially tried to emphasize 3-4 aspects in the Bhagavatam. So first Srila Prabhupada is saying that how it was given to Brahmaji by personally Krishna. So in this disciplic succession starts from Krishna. Then Prabhupada writes that this was handed over very systematically. So Prabhupada even writes that how from Lord to Brahmaji, Brahmaji to Narada, from Narada to Vyas and Vyas to Shukdev Goswami and then to Suta Goswami. So second thing he writes about that. Third thing he writes that it is the ripened fruit of the Vedic tree. That means it is the essence of all the Vedas or scriptures. And then Prabhupada writes that not only like this, but it was handed over without being broken, suddenly falling down. So that means there was a great endeavor to systematically hand over to till now, like from where the Bhagavatam was spoken. Of course, Bhagavatam is eternal. Yes, at the same time when it was spoken, it is handed over very safely. And then Prabhupada writes that where one should not hear Bhagavatam from, that it should not be heard from the professional reciters. So we'll try to discuss some of the aspects about the Srimad Bhagavatam. So while giving commentary on this verse, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that the Narad Muni is saying, are you reciting something astonishing, never heard before? So Narad Muni is saying, and then Brahmaji is saying, yes, but I alone do not speak it. It was spoken by Krishna personally to me. Yes. So we will see now next coming like almost the 9th chapter, Krishna speaks about Chatushloki. It's in 4 verses describing the whole Bhagavatam to Brahmaji. So that's what Prabhupada also writing in the first line, that it was spoken in summary. So this Srimad Bhagavatam has, like we all know, it's 12 cantos, 335 chapters and 18,000 verses. So this is how the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, what we have currently, yes, it's being spoken. Now, like especially if we see, the Srimad Bhagavatam is glorified in the very first verse itself. Yes, so very beautiful verse it comes. So it describes the qualities of Srimad Bhagavatam. That Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate mahamani krite kim va parerishvara Sadyo riddhi avaruddhute atra kritibhi sushrusubhit takshanat. So first it is said that dharma, so especially dharma in this world we find it leads to, like people generally tries for artha, and artha to fulfill their kama. So this kind of religion first Srimad Bhagavatam removes. So it is not for this religion. Yes. So dharma which leads to artha and kama, this is kicked out. Then this scripture is not normal, it is parama. Yes, it is supreme. Then, okay, if this scripture is like that, who can relish it? Those who are nirmatsar. Yes, those who are non-envious. So one of the, like I was hearing lecture that it is said to the degree we want to relish Bhagavatam is to the degree there is non-envy. Yes, so this nirmatsara. Then it is a devotee. Now there are 2 aspects when one approaches this Bhagavatam. So it is said that tapatrayon mulanam. As soon as one starts reading, what will happen? That one will be able to see difficulties as mercy of the Lord. So the tapatra, even if one is suffering, so he will not get unnecessary too much what we can say bewilder. Rather he can see it that as a mercy of the Lord, and even though he is suffering, he will be able to transcend it. Yes, so that is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam, just by reading the Bhagavatam. Then it is said that who has compiled this Mahamuni Kriti? Yes, the Mahamuni, yes, like Vyasadeva has compiled it. And what will happen as soon as one reads this? Sadhyo Riddhi Avruddhate. Yes, Kritibi Sushushu Vitakshanat. Immediately, Lord will be captured in one's heart. Yes, so this is the benefits, the qualities of Srimad Bhagavatam. So especially in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is said, Bhagavatera Sambandha Abhideya Prayojan Chatushlokite Prakata Tarakariya Chain Lakshan. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writing that essence of Bhagavatam, what all there, our relationship with the Supreme Lord, then our activities in that connection and the goal of life is manifest in the 4 verses of Bhagavatam known as Chatushloki. So Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan, everything is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. So we can see that how this, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, this not itself a book, it's a revolutionary work. So we know the Srila Prabhupada also writes about to bring the revolution in the lives of impious people. Yes. Misdirected impious people. Yes. So this is how the Srimad Bhagavatam is. So we'll try to especially see today what all things Srimad Bhagavatam has, then who all are glorifying it, and how many endeavors it took to hand over safely to us, and at last we'll try to see that from where one should not hear this Bhagavatam, and what all the practical things where we can approach Bhagavatam in a proper mode. So just now we saw that glories of Bhagavatam. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also said that what? Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajesha Tanyas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadu Vargena Va Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Amalam Puranam Prema Pumarto Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatrardhana Parha. So especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that this is the mat, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mat is what? Srimad Bhagavatam Amalam Puram. It is the book. Now this book will talk about all these factors. What all things? That Aradhya Bhagwan, he will talks about the Krishna. Then Tadhama Vrindavanam, this Bhagavatam is talking about the Vrindavan. Yes, even how to worship the Lord, it is given, how the gopis are performing. Then what? The last thing is that this Srimad Bhagavatam is unalloyed guidance for the purpose of approaching the worshipable Lord. So all this there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Even we will find the Rupa Goswami, he has given 64 limbs. And in that also, Rupa Goswami says that, or he has given 5 potent limbs, which is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is said, Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavat Shravan Mathura Vasa Shri Murti La Shraddhaye Sevan. These 5 potent limbs. And what is there? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Sakala Sadhana Shrestha Yai Panchanga Krishna Preme Janmiya Yai Panchera Alpasanga. These 5 limbs of devotional service are the best of all. Even a slight performance of these 5 awakens love for Krishna. So we will find the Sadhu Sangha, that is the about association of devotees, Nama Kirtan, then Bhagavad Shravan, Mathuravas, Sri Murtira. So in the Bhagavad Shravan or in the Bhagavatam, all these 5 factors are very elaborately given. Yes. So this book, Bhagavatam, has all these factors. And then Sanatan Goswami has written very beautiful that what this Bhagavatam is. Yes. So he almost says 5 verses. So we will try to just go through this. So Sanatan Goswami says, Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusha Sarva Vedaike Satphala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya Sarva Lokaika Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimata Bhagavata Prabhu Kali Dvanto Ditiyeta Taditya Shri Krishna Parivartita Paramananda Pathaya Prema Varsha Aksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostume Madeka Bandhu Matsangin Madguru Manmahadhana Mannistaraka Madbhagya Mad Ananda Namostume Asadhu Sadhuta Daina Atino अतिनोच्च takara hana muncha kadachinmam premna ritkantayo spuraha. So Sanatana Goswami is saying that he is praying to Bhagavatam, O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all Vedic scriptures, O most prominent transcendental fruit of all Vedas, O you who are enriched with the jewels of all the spiritual philosophical conclusions, O you who grant spiritual vision to all the people of the world, O life breath of Vaishnava devotees, O Lord, you are the sun which has risen to dispel the darkness of Kali Yuga. You are actually Krishna who has returned among us. So this is what Sanatana Goswami is saying. Then he says that I offer my obeisances unto you. By reading you, one attains the transcendental bliss. For your syllables rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are an incarnation of Krishna. O Srimad Bhagavatam, you are, O my only friend, O my companion, O my teacher, O my great wealth, O my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the very fallen, please do not ever leave me. Please become manifest upon my heart and my throat, accompanied by pure love of Krishna. So we can see how this Srimad Bhagavatam is being glorified by the different acharyas. So they never see it as a book. They are always seen as a companion, as a personal incarnation of the Lord. That's why we find that even Bhagavatam in the like Puranas it comes, that each canto is the limb of the Lord. Yes. So even one time it is said that someone asked, like if even one can worship the Bhagavatam, one can offer bhoga to Bhagavatam, one can offer flowers, because this is personally Krishna. Yes. So it is not a book. So that's how we approach, then Bhagavatam also reveals. That also we'll try to see ahead. So even Srila Prabhupada has, like we were discussing, Prabhupada also writes that how this Bhagavatam is. Yes. That Tadvag Visargo Janatak. So in that Prabhupada writes especially, on the other hand, the literature which is full of description with the transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, pastimes of unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation of transcendental vocabulary, all meant for bringing about a revolution in the impious life of misdirected civilization of the world. Such transcendental literature, even though irregularly composed, is heard, sung and accepted by the purified men who are thoroughly honest. Yes. So that's how the approach of the Bhagavatam will reveal. Now, this Bhagavatam is said, what are the powers of Bhagavatam? Now, what all things the Bhagavatam is compared to? So first, Bhagavatam is compared as soon as it begins with a fruit. Yes. Now, generally, if you see, the fruit in this world appears very beautiful, but it may not be tasty. Yes. Like when first time I heard about this dragon fruit. Yes. So I was in like from backup in Kunja where it had come. So someone said this is new fruit. Yes. Dragon, first time for me. So they said, by hearing I thought it was looking very nice. There is a very juicy fruit and it has a black seeds, and up from top also it was looking. But as soon as you taste, there is no taste. Yes. So Bhagavatam is not, it is beautiful also, at the same time it is nectarian also. And that's how it is said that how this fruit, Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Shukamukad Amritam Dravya Samyutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuravo Rasika Bhuvi Bhavaka. Yes. So those who are tested, what happens? They again and again want to test. Yes. And that's what we see. Now Narad Muni has explained the whole Bhagavatam to Vyasdev. But he again comes and sit in the assembly of all the sages to hear from Shukadev Goswami, who is the grand disciple in one sense. Yes. So that's how great grand disciples. Yes. And both are sitting. Even Vyasdev also sitting. The Narad Muni is also sitting. So why? Because it is very nectarian fruit. Second, it is Bhagavatam is compared to the lamp. Yes. Yat swanubhavam akila shrutasaramekam adhyatma deepa atititir satam tamondam samsarinam karunaya purana guyyam tam vyasa shunam upayami gurum muninam. Yes. Now why it is compared to Bhagavatam, why it is compared to the lamp, yes, especially we will find when there is a darkness, we cannot see anything, yes, as soon as suppose light goes and it becomes very dark, but someone just lights a torch, even mobile torch, then one gets some, yes, hope and the clarity. Now what if it is completely enlightened, yes, so that's how this Bhagavatam will remove the darkness. So that's why Bhagavatam is compared to the lamp. Then not only lamp, it is compared to sun also. Yes, Krishne Swadham Upagate Dharma Jnana Devi Saha Kalo Nashta Drishamesha Puranarko Adunodita. It has again risen. So what sun does? That sun will destroy all the basically now you see it's a rainy season. If sun doesn't appear, so many diseases comes out. Yes, so many basically viruses and everything becomes very active. So similarly, when there is such knowledge is not there, demons become very active. Yes, but as soon as Krishna has appeared in the form of Bhagavatam, what will happen? These misconceptions, yes, demonic misconceptions will be removed and this will be destroyed. Why? To give the pleasure to devotees. Yes, so that's why it is compared to the sun. Then Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to Mohini Murti also. So this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. Now why? Because when we know that when the churning of ocean happened, then what happened? The nectar came out and the nectar was stolen by the demons. Yes, and then Mohini Murti avatar, the incarnation of the Lord came, and what happened? This nectar was taken by Mohini Murti and given to the devotees. So similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam is a incarnation, or it is a book which hides the essence, like Mohini Murti in one sense hide that nectar from the demons by bewildering. So similarly, if someone is not approaching properly to Bhagavatam, it will hide all the jewels. Even if he may be reading, but he will never understand. But someone who is like a devotee, like demigods, they were always taking shelter of. If one approaches like this to Bhagavatam, it will give the nectar. So that's why it is compared to Mohini Murti. Yes. So that's how this Bhagavatam, it is not just a normal book. Yes. We will find many times people even read Bhagavad Gita also. But you ask them, but they will not able to understand, or they will not able to give proper answer also. But as soon as one hears properly, you will find immediately there is a revolution in the heart. Yes. So then Srimad Bhagavatam is also compared to a medicine. Yes. Now generally even medicines are very bitter. Yes. So especially that's why in the medicine people, especially the kids, yes, or whenever we must have taken in our when we were small, yes, only one medicine which was very tasty, that was cough syrup, because it was somewhat, yes, close to the juices. Now even generally medicines are very bitter, but Srimad Bhagavatam is what? It is not only bitter, it is very pleasing to the mind and heart. Yes. So this comes in 10th canto, 1st chapter, 4th verse. Nivrittatarshe rupagiyamanat bhavaushadhat shotra manobhiramat ka uttama shloka gunanuvadat puman virajjeta vina pashugnat. So it is said the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in Parampara system, that it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in false temporary glorification, and description of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth. Therefore, who will see such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? Yes. So these are even very pleasing to the mind and heart also. Yes. Then even we will find the Kulashekar also, he writes about the book which is such glorification. Yes, it is also a medicine. So very beautiful verse. This is Mukundmala Stotra 32, verse number 32. Vyamoha prashamaushadam munimano vritti pravrittaushadam daityendrartikaraushadam tribhuvane sanjeevanaikaushadam Bhaktayanta hitaushadam bhavabhaya pradhamshanaikaushadam Shreya prapti karaushadam pibamana Shri Krishna divyaushadam. So he is saying that, O mind, please drink the transcendental medicine of Sri Krishna's glories. Yes, it is perfect medicine for curing the disease of bewilderment. So that means first it is said someone is bewildered, he should read Bhagavatam. It will clear out the bewilderment. Yes. Then for inspiring sages to engage their minds in meditation. So for the sages to engage the mind, it is a medicine. If the mind is not properly situated, so as soon as one reads the Bhagavatam, the mind will be engaged in the meditation. Then for tormenting the mighty Daitya demons, yes, and it is alone a medicine for restoring the three worlds to the life and for bestowing unlimited blessings on the Supreme Lord's devotees. So it's one of the blessings also as a medicine. Indeed, it is only the medicine that can destroy one's fear of material existence and lead one to the attainment of Supreme God. So that means another thing is, especially you'll find this world brings out the fear. Yes. So there is so much fear at every step. Yes. Now as soon as like someone is coughing also, so there is a fear, the virus may come to us. So it begins with, yes. So as soon as the light goes, someone is fearful now, will the laptop will open in the morning. Yes, my laptop while preparing it, laptop was like broken. So fortunately Abhay Govindu gave me help. So there is a fear, what will happen. Yes, basically small and so many, not only these are very tiny fears, but greatest fear is, Krishna says, gliding down to the lower species of the life. So this is the greatest fear, yes, one has. But these fears will be removed by how? By taking this medicine, yes, daily. Yes, so that's how it is compared to all this factor. So we'll find that even one time, how nectarian this fruit is, those who are approaching with certain attitude of devotion. That one time Srila Prabhupada came very late night to Vrindavan temple. Yes, it was midnight. And there was all the lights switched off, but one room light was on. And as soon as Prabhupada got down from the car, Prabhupada said, it must be Radha Govind who is reading Bhagavatam. Yes. So how Prabhupada was knowing that, how he was so attached to the Bhagavatam. Yes. So even I heard, as soon as one begins this reading Bhagavatam, it is so nectarian, one cannot give up. So Gaurang Prabhu was sharing that how he met one basically one person, he became devotee. And he became so attached reading Bhagavatam, so while his flights, he would plan which canto to take, and while return which canto to take. Yes. So he was so confident that while going from one country to another, this journey is there, he will complete certain cantos. Then he would call there and he would ask, will this canto will be there for my return journey? Yes. And especially he was from big background and especially connected to the sports and everything. So all the devotees, especially when it was announced he is going to give class, Bhagavatam class. So especially all the children also, and everyone came, expecting there will be many of such things where he will share about his life, sports, and he big. But not a single word he spoke in the whole Bhagavatam. Yes, it was purely glories of Bhagavatam. Yes, so it is so nectarian. Yes, and even we know there are many devotees that they will dedicate it exclusively, keep aside this time. Yes, one time someone asked that how this attachment to Bhagavatam is. That even we know that Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, yes, when this black magician, yes, he was trying to attack. So, Bhishak Sen, okay, Bhishak Sen, yes. So, what happened? Bhakti Vinod Thakur just took the Bhagavatam, he sat down and he was continuously reading. And he was unaffected by this black magic. And the same magic went back and attacked that black magician, yes, that tantric, and he was like dead. So we can understand how pure this Bhagavatam is. Yes, even it can remove such greatest fear. So even we can see that how nectarian it is, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit, they are relishing to such extent every time Bhagavatam was becoming wet. Yes, with their tears. Yes, so how they would read, it would become wet, and again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would ask him to read again. Yes. So even we know that, like just now we discussed that Narad Muni again, Vyasdev, they are sitting and hearing. Even Srila Prabhupada would read his own Bhagavatam books. Yes. that sometime or generally the writer don't read their books. Yes. But Prabhupada always would say it is written by Krishna personally. He has dictated me. Prabhupada never says I wrote this. Prabhupada said Krishna dictated. So it is such a nectarian that even Srila Prabhupada personally would recite this. Yes. So, and even Prabhupada said that actually Srimad Bhagavatam is going to US and I am accompanying Srimad Bhagavatam. So he even saw the Bhagavatam as Krishna personally going and I am accompanying Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's how it is so nectarian fruit. Then what all things Srimad Bhagavatam has, it has many Gitas. Yes. So I have wrote down some, maybe there are many. One is, there is a Rudra Gita. Yes. Then there is Venu Gita. Then there is Brahmara Gita. There is a Gopi Gita. There is a Uddhava Gita. Yugala Gita. Aila Gita. Yes. So it has many, yes, not only Bhagavad Gita, but yes, there are many Gitas. Yes. So it is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is filled with. Now, one who likes basically philosophy, Srimad Bhagavatam is philosopher. Yes. One want to just release the pastime, Krishna is like, he is like, there is a 10 canto, different pastimes of Krishna. Someone likes to hear about the different atrocities or yes, scandals. So there is a 9th canto, yes, filled with that. Yes. Someone likes the even cosmology. Someone likes cosmology. There is a 5th canto. Yes. Someone who is very technical, he can, yes, will release that. Then there is someone likes to know about the whole administration. There are different kings are given. Yes, how they administer. Even Prabhupada writes, I was reading 9th canto. Prabhupada writes, one should follow in the footsteps of Amrish Maharaj to know how to rule the whole country. Yes. Yes. So Prithu Maharaj is also there. So anyone can approach Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam, that's why Sanatana Goswami prayed like that. So Bhagavatam is like that. So especially now when such Bhagavatam is there, one thing will happen that one should not become so sentimental that he should hear from anyone. Why? Even though it is a milk which can nourish, it can be the poison if one doesn't understand from where to take it. Yes. So that's why Sanatana Goswami has very specifically given in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, he said, Avaishnava mukhod girnam puta hari kathamritam shravanam na kartyavyam sarpochistam payayatha. Yes. So it is a milk touched by the poison. Now someone may say there is a lot of milk, but poison first acts, not the milk. Milk takes some time, yes, to nourish. Before that person will die. Yes. So someone may say it is a glories of Bhagavatam only, but a Vaishnava Mukho, that will act first. So that's why Prabhupada was again and again so heavy. Yes. Even we know why Srila Prabhupada especially was so pushing to bring out within 2 months of Chaitanya Charitamrita, because there was one of the Mayavadis who was going to write commentary and bring out the book. So before it becomes, Prabhupada wanted this should come out. Yes. So he was so careful that, and especially about whenever there was this Bhagavatam was being spoken by Mayavadis, Prabhupada would become very heavy. One time in one of the assemblies, someone asked, he was called for, Prabhupada was called for the inauguration. Yes. So Prabhupada was glorifying again and again, he was speaking, not the book Bhagavatam. And then this writer was again and again saying, please speak about this book. Prabhupada ultimately spoke, this book is foolish. It is it is nonsense. Yes. So Prabhupada was very clear, yes, about this, that how it will only poison the people. Yes. That's why one should not hear from anyone, because many times someone may be speaking in very beautiful language or very attractive, flowery, but what is there? It is a milk touch with the poison. Yes. Or by the snake. Yes, that's why even we'll find that Srila Prabhupada writes in 1st canto, 4th chapter, this text number 1 purport. Prabhupada writes, Srila Shaunak Rishi had all this qualification, and thus he stood up to congratulate Srila Sut Goswami when he expressed his desire to praise Srimad Bhagavatam exactly as he heard it from Shukdev Goswami. Yes, so he was congratulated for what? Repeating it as it is. One time one reporter came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, your Bhagavad Gita is almost same like Ramanujacharya. So the reporter, in one sense, he was like, spoke in a way that it was like someone may feel it as a critic. Someone may say, Arey, aapka book to, your book is like this only. Someone has written. So someone feels very, kuch naya nahi. Someone may feel, writer may feel, oh, I just repeated or it became redundancy in the market now. But Prabhupada said, after when this reporter said, Prabhupada said, thank you for your complimentary. Yes. So Prabhupada was happy. Yes. So the Vaishnavas, so we feel pleasure in repeating the words, not basically manufacturing. Prabhupada, again, you must be finding in many of the lecture, Prabhupada will say, do not manufacture. Yes. So we need not, there is, yes, great, the endeavor of manufacturing is not there. Yes. Our endeavor should be in repeating the Bhagavatam. Yes. So Srila Prabhupada writes that personal realization does not mean that one should out of vanity attempt to show one's own learning by trying to surpass the previous acharyas. So when we are speaking Bhagavatam, it is purely repeating the previous acharya. Then Prabhupada writes, one must have the full confidence in previous acharya and at the same time one must realize the subject matter so nicely that he can present the matter for the particular circumstances in a suitable manner. So we preserve the content and the essence, and we may speak in a contemporary examples like that, but one should not, Prabhupada is writing, surpass the previous acharya. Then Prabhupada writes, the original purpose of the text must be maintained, no obscure meaning should be screwed out of it, yet it should be presented in an interesting manner for the understanding of the audience. This is called realization. Yes. So that's how it is being given caution while approaching the Bhagavatam. One should not hear from everywhere. Yes. Even we will find that what will happen, like when we approach even initially as a intellect to the Bhagavatam, one danger is there can be the pride. That's how it is said, one should first offer prayers to the Bhagavatam and then begin. Why? It should bring out the humility. And even we know what has happened from the Bhagavatam, that the Balramji had to kill the Romaharshana. Yes. That because Vritha Pandita Manina, he became proud. Yes. He became puffed up by the knowledge and he did not get up. So one danger is what? There can be the pride. Yes. So Bhagavatam actually should bring out the humility. Yes. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita also we will find that when Vallabh Bhatta, he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he said, Bhatta kahe Krishna namera artha vyakhyane vistar kariya chena taha karah shravane. So Vallabh Bhatta said, I tried to describe elaborately the meaning of Krishna's holy name. Kindly hear the explanation. Yes. Prabhu kahe Krishna namera bahu artha namani Shama Sundar Yashodanandana Yei Matra Jani. And then ahead he says, Bhagavate Swamira Vyakhyana Kariya Chen Khandan Laitena Paritara Vyakhyana Vachan. In my commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, so he said, I have refuted the explanation of Sridhar Swami. I cannot explain his explanation. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he replies? He said, Prabhu hasi kahe Swami namane yaijan Vyashara bhitare tare kariye ganan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smilingly replied, he said, one who does not accept Swami, yes, as an authority, I consider a prostitute. Yes. So he became very heavy. Yes. So that's why by various hints and repetitions, Lord Chaitanya corrected Vallabh Bhatta exactly as Krishna had cut down the false pride of Indra. Yes. So one thing that why even someone approaches, yes, by learning through the Sanskrit, what happens many times? They are diverted, yes, from the commentaries, or they think that now they can add more. So that's how we will find that this has been emphasized, and that is the greatest endeavor taken. That's what we are now trying to discuss, that it was a great struggle to hand over very safely. That every Acharya has maintained this mood. None of the Acharyas has even put anything different. So it takes a lot when you want to hand over as it is. Yes, something is given to you and was told, yes, please do as it is, was told. But after some time what happens? There is this emotions or this tendency comes out, oh, now I have become expert, I think there should be some updates required. Yes. Yes, because everyone wants to do something different. But to do it same again and again, it takes a great struggle. Yes. Like you will find that some of the devotees told by Prabhupada. I know one, someone told me when I was in Tirupati temple, so I was seeing during Bhagavatam also one devotee, very old, he was dancing only, continuously from morning only basically. Then I asked, who is he? And someone told me he's Prabhupada disciple. Once Prabhupada told him, you continuously dance. And he's just dancing whenever there is Bhagavatam, whenever there is darshan. So I was saying how it takes just to follow what is being told. Yes. Prabhupada told Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, you distribute the books and build temples. So they are doing only that things. Yes, so focus. So to do as it is, it takes a lot of connection and basically simplicity. So all the acharyas, they have struggled a lot to maintain the what is being told and to pass on very systematically. Yes. Like even when we give example, you will find it is very difficult just to repeat Prabhupada example. Yes. We feel no, crowd is new now, there has to be different. No, you speak the same example, you will find the crowd's heart get transformed. Yes. So that's how this Srimad Bhagavatam is how we approach. Yes. So that's why it is said that when there is a transmission, yes, when there is a transparency in transmission, then there is a transformation. Yes. So when there is a transparency in transmission, and that's what Acharya done, and that's why you will find there is a transformation at every step. That's why Prabhupada said, before I wrote Bhagavad Gita, there were so many Bhagavad Gitas. Why? None of the single has brought any transformation because there was no transparency. Even though there was a transmission, yes, of Bhagavad Gita, but there was no transparency. So that's why this transparency and great acharyas, even one time we know, all the scriptures were lost. They were stolen while Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur and Shamanand Pandit, yes, they were going through. So they had to struggle a lot to find out. And then later also when the book came, Prabhupada had to struggle a lot, yes, to write as it is. Prabhupada would keep different commentaries and he would give what he has given, it is like essence of all the commentaries. So especially that's why one of the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj, he gave one class that everything is there in Prabhupada books. So he was very convinced about that you need not go anywhere, just read Prabhupada books, everything you will get. Now you will find, I was never aware about what is Mayavad also. Yes. Most of we were never understood there is something called Mayavad in the world also. Yes, in the field of spirituality. But you read Prabhupada books, you will understand what is Mayavad. So even if someone want to understand Mayavad, he should read Prabhupada books. Yes, Bhagavad. So he will get clarity in what is Mayavad. Yes, he will not be bewildered with the Mayavad philosophy. So basically everything is there in Prabhupada books, yes, because Prabhupada has presented it. So he has given the essence, yes. Even Prabhupada became very one time heavy. Why? Because Prabhupada was asking, so find out this verse, and one devotee was looking to another because he was not knowing. Then finally it came to Tamal Krishna Maharaj. All they looked and he was also not able to read. Prabhupada said, then he said, see, I am writing the books, but none of you are reading my books. Yes. If someone asks, what is there in these books? Then what you will say? Oh, our spiritual master writes and we distribute. We do not read the books. Yes. So that's why Prabhupada had to tell this, I am writing for all the devotees to read. Yes. So I'll just conclude in 2 minutes now. So that's why even we'll find devotees can go through this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Devananda Pandit conversation, that Chaitanya Bhagavat, yes, he talks about what is this Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies a lot in this. So especially we'll try to just summarize in 2 minutes that if we as a practitioners, how we should do it. So it is said that to enter into the mystery of Bhagavatam, there is a secret that is called Vaishnava Seva. If you want to enter into the mystery of Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the secret? That it is a Vaishnava Seva. You try to serve the Vaishnavas, you will find this Bhagavatam, when you read it, it will bring out different jewels. And it is said that how deep you dive, you will get the diamonds. Someone just dives on the top, he will get some fishes. he'll go little deeper, he'll get the colorful fishes. Yes. But if you want the jewels, you have to dive deep. Yes. So to dive deep, yes, it has to begin with the Vaishnava Seva. Yes. So, and there may be like, I was hearing from Gaurang Prabhu also. So he was saying, one time he asked Radhanath Swami Maharaj, I want to read these different books he brought. Yes. And Maharaj said, yeah, you can read, but after reading 20 hours of Prabhupada purport, you should read for 30 minutes of other books. So this should be the ratio is good. Maharaj said like that. Yes. So why it is being emphasized? Yes. And then the especially it is written that don't try to analyze the problem because problems will change. Yes. In 1990 there was different problem. Yes. 2000 there was different problem. 2024 different problem. But Bhagavatam will remain as it is, and it is all the time a shelter giving. Yes. So one has to take firm shelter of the Bhagavatam. Yes. So that's why it's a process, and one need to put extra endeavor for it. Yes. Very simply, there are many devotees who will take out, even Radhesham Prabhu also, if he is not able to read within a week, he will keep one day in his schedule if you find 6 hours Srimad Bhagavatam reading. So he will read like, he will complete his quota. Why he travels by train? Because he can read Bhagavatam, not that he like basically, even though it is troublesome. Yes. So they have found such attachments. Even we know Barsana Maharaj, yes, he was reading Prabhupada books keeping on the tractor, the handle. Yes. Like even His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was reading book during the offerings and while walking, because if he sits, he will sleep. Yes. Even Ladini Mataji, she was keeping in front while doing the DT backup. She was reading the Bhagavatam. Yes. So such personalities have emphasized like that, and we find that's how they are able to contribute in such great extents. Yes. So there are many things, but of course I spoke all this to glorify Bhagavatam, because just by glorifying there is a lot of mercy can be received. At least I can start getting some taste to read Bhagavatam. So I try to just repeat if I spoke on something beyond my understanding and realization. So please forgive me. So thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaved Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.